All y'all did was say that everybody that said that hated black women. So I mean, y'all don't make it a comfortable, warm space for dialogue or to share or a conversation to be had. I think two things will be true. I think he deserved to be there for not fighting his case properly.
Yeah, that's all I take away from it right there.
He ain't telling me nothing I didn't know.
All right, so y'all know the other day Tory Lanez team put out some quote-unquote new evidence from the case to try to prove Tory's innocence, all right? So let's see what Joe Budden, the Pie Father, had to say about this. Y'all better like the video. You better subscribe. Let's get it.
Evidence that was forbidden, suppressed.
Yeah.
They dropped the website. They dropped the website. They're just dropping everything.
With everything up there. We did get to see the body cam footage of her being interrogated after the incident. Arrest. Yeah.
What about the witness said that he saw the woman shoot?
No, he saw the women fighting.
He saw the women fighting.
Said the woman got out the back seat, brushed the front seat,
hit the
and they started fighting each other, getting out the car.
Then he said he saw her shoot.
Oh, he did say that.
Yes.
But it started with a fight, and that part was never disclosed, or even if it.
He said what appeared to be a woman. He said it was dark, it was far, but I saw what appeared to be a woman do yada 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 yada. So
and he asked him, where was the man? Where was the black man?
Yeah.
He said he was in the back seat.
He did.
I know.
How did he know he was in the back seat if it was like a dark night tinted window SUV?
The doors opened up.
Oh,
He seen somebody get out.
He eventually got out
and go to the other
Okay.
You're not helping the black man.
I'm just asking for clarification.
You don't play.
The real
you don't play.
The true crime mind in me came the fuck out.
Well, not
Okay,
in
I'm
that
sorry.
way.
I'm just asking. I'm just
Melissa
asking questions.
over here.
Melissa Harris. Put him in jail.
Y'all gonna be seeing.
That's all Mel do. Yeah, lock him
Melissa
up.
Harris.
Lock him up. Throw it away.
Melissa Harris Jr.
I'll take it.
Anyway,
No, some of the legal shit that be going on behind closed doors is the most important shit. Like the nigga that articulates the argument, he be fly, he be dope, like the Cochrans and all of them that we see. But the people that be in behind closed doors, like, yo, Roe versus blah, blah, blah,
Doing the
1923
research.
said, yo, this should be stricken, and that be important evidence that they'll get suppressed.
Yeah.
Or the police didn't do something the right way, they'll get that shit thrown out. Niggas have gone in it.
I just said it.
It's researching case law.
Sorry, Ish, to interrupt you. And Trump says he won't rule out pardoning Diddy if convicted. We'll look at it.
I can believe it.
All you want to do is shake something up.
Yeah, I can believe it.
I'm sorry.
And get a piece of money in the back. Of course. But no, like there have been times where somebody could be clearly guilty, right? Somebody might have shot somebody. How y'all got the murder weapon,
Was
y'all
illegal.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And so
And now
now
that whole
they
shit-
have to strike all of that shit. The person could go free. Just based on case law, and this shouldn't be admissible, this shouldn't be admissible, and now we can't bring it to court. So
I'm
Illegal
tired of
search
talking
and
about this
seizure,
shit.
all that kind of shit. Niggas got cold
Same.
cases thrown out.
Yeah.
Birds in the car.
Birds in the car.
Illegal
And
search
they-
and seizure.
yes.
Home free.
You ain't read a nigga, they write some stupid shit, and the
Technical
nigga will
shit.
go home.
And you have probable cause to pull his car over.
I'm tired of this shit. You wanted to go protect black women. You wanted to go fuck two broads at the same time. One of them got immunity. You still didn't get up there and say that's the bitch that did it right there. I've been telling y'all for years Tory ain't shoot that girl, but who am I? What do I know? All y'all did was say that everybody that said that hated black women. So I mean, y'all don't make it a comfortable, warm space for dialogue or to share or a conversation to be had. I think two things will be true. I think he deserved to be there for not fighting his case properly.
Yeah.
That's all I take away from it right there.
He ain't telling me nothing I didn't know.
That
He didn't tell me
right
nothing
there.
I didn't know.
Like all I see in this case is bad legal representation. If your lawyers did this and allowed it to go this way, what you want me to do?
That's back to I don't know what niggas paid for their attorney, but if the person that I need to throw everything on because that's who did something has immunity, then that's the perfect time for me to say, hey, this is the person that did it. I don't know what he was trying to pull.
Know what I think?
That's true.
No, you know what I think?
What?
I think he got caught up in the I'm not snitching. Because of how it's going to make me look to the public.
Then have at it.
Well, there
have
you
at
go.
it.
Salute. That's what he did. Think he was like, yo, I don't have to snitch on her to prove my innocence. I just have to create a reasonable doubt. And I think they failed at creating it. Well, they
Buddy, I don't care.
Whatever.
Stupid
That's what I
seeds
think.
grow stupid plants. I don't care about this. Like we've done this
Yo, that's how
for
I
years.
feel, bro.
I'm on tour. I'm Team Tory.
Same.
I've been saying forever that he didn't do this. I've been saying forever that now we stuck with Meg's music. Deal with it now.
Yeah.
Deal with it. I'ma wait the 5 years or however many years is left till the talented young man can actually get back in a real recording studio so I can hear some music.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think this new drop changes anything?
No, I don't think any of these new drops.
That's my point. Like, what do we?
I think it's creating reasonable doubt with more people.
Okay, but does it change anything? Yeah, does it change anything for him?
It could. I mean, that's what their hopes are. Let's just say hypothetically they bring
Like
it back
the
to
Innocence
trial.
Project, go pick it up and then
Exactly, like the Menendez brothers doc. Like, if you could just get enough people in the court of public opinion to change how they see things, then maybe we can get this
The
thing
Innocence
retried.
Project's not picking this up.
How you know that?
Because the Innocence Project...
You don't sound like you're rooting for it.
No, it
either.
has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the focus of the Innocence Project. They basically go after cases that of the wrongly convicted based on DNA evidence, that has never been tested, long-term prison sentences and stuff like that. That's usually what the Innocence Project goes after.
There's a million programs that act as the Innocence Project.
That's true.
Well,
the Innocence Project is not the only program to.
No, they have chapters in every
No,
state.
there's other
other
people.
program, not
They
even
have
Innocence.
chapters.
Other
But if we're
people.
going to be talking about the Innocence
I was just saying
Project
a group
itself,
that would
We
pick it
just
up.
mean a group. Not,
I just
not
use their
them
name.
Okay.
specifically.
I just use their
Okay.
name.
Any
But,
group.
any group would pick
he
this
might
up.
have luck on the appellate court circuit.
Well, speak like that then.
Yeah, like speak more.
Like
'cause
speak.
Can
I saw
you
you-
give
I-
me a
Mel,
second? Shit.
But man,
Go
when
ahead.
when we was talking about it initially, it sounds like your mind was made up.
It's
like,
time to dog pound now. yo.
No, not
It
dog
is
pile.
not.
No, I'm not dog piling, but I want to ask her.
I think it's time.
Even though there's new
good.
evidence that come out, you probably was aware of the evidence. Does it not change your view on
Do
the
you
situation?
want him free?
Hold on, wait, Joe,
Oh,
come
I'm
on,
sorry.
man. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk like that.
No, I'm sorry.
Does it not change your view on the situation, man? Like, 'cause it seems like once your mind is made up, it's made up. But since the new
No,
evidence,
that's not true.
I said it seems like I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I will always leave room for my mind to be changed
Got
based
it.
on new information. I don't just stick to something just because that's the opinion that I have. I'm always welcome to hearing new
So
information.
what about the information that
But
came
it just
out?
sounds
Got it.
like I said, it just sounds like it's old information repackaged.
Okay.
And
Where should they throw the
And
key?
we've had this and we've had this conversation before where we've all said that the sentence was exorbitant.
Excessive.
Excessive.
I got it. Gotcha, man.
but
Hey, my girl got the new shades. Hey, Tory, she got your back now, boy. Come on.
anywho's.
Ooh, the American dream. She stop, please.
Oh my God.
I'm good.
I'm down with you. I like what. Yeah, but clean it up.
I done told on Kelsey so fucking fast. Are you crazy?
Can't do that. That's snitching.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't subscribe to that dumb shit.
That's not
What you
true.
think is
That's
wrong.
not true. You subscribe.
I don't
Yeah, yeah.
subscribe to
You know
that.
where y'all
That's
come
not true,
from,
dude.
you
Not
can't
at all.
do
Subscribe
that.
to that.
That's not. I hate when you do that because you change to get money now. That is not true. That's not true, bro.
How much?
Ain't the point of getting
Wait, why
money
you
to
keep
change?
saying that?
Cause I just know too many stories I heard about you from real niggas and other niggas. It's not
That was
true.
back before he got
if you
money.
was, if you would have been told, there's a plenty of situations you could have told on.
Oh no! Listen,
He wasn't looking at
no.
years.
Wait, no. So what he's saying is true. What he's saying is true. There has been a nigga tried to blow my brains out. I ain't go to court. So what he's saying is true. Shit, the nigga that punched me in the face is a court case. I'm not going to the police and say, hey, a nigga that punched me in my face, do something about it. Now I did snitch on that nigga that stole my luggage out of LaGuardia.
Now look, I put out the video about the new Tory evidence, and I saw some people upset. They like, oh, the YouTuber, he not getting it. They talking about me in the comments. But y'all, it's been a long fight. And at this point, I feel like if Tory wants to get out of jail, he needed something stronger than that. That's my whole thing. Like, I don't want to make a video trying to give y'all false hope, thinking that stuff they put out on Twitter, the video of her saying, am I going to jail for this? It's my image. I can't take this on my image. And the foot picture where it don't look like her foot was shot. They pulling out bullet fragments with tweezers and Sean Kelly's testimony. It's not enough. Now, that doesn't mean by a prayer, that guy in California, I forget his name, maybe he'll pardon Tory, maybe they'll open up the case. I'm not saying it's a complete miss and it'll never happen. I'm just saying it's a very low chance that he's getting out of jail. And that chick from Florida, that politician, it's not even in her wheelhouse to start talking about prison reform. I heard she's never talked about this stuff ever in life. But now she's talking about it with Tory Lanez. She doesn't have a history of trying to get black people out of jail who was falsely accused. It's just some stuff about it that look funny. Now look, has this new evidence changed some public perception? Yeah, sure. Listen to the pod. Everybody in there seemed to, have a new understanding of this matter. You saw Flip. He was like, yo, it looks different now. And they said she shot. And the guy said this. And the guy said, I can tell Flip was amped up by the evidence. And there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way. But you also got to remember that I was covering this trial. Like, I was actually covering the Tory trial. What y'all see me doing with this Diddy case is so half-assed because to me it's not really that juicy. But the Tory case, I mean, I was there. My grandmother was in the hospital with cancer. And I was covering this case. Like Melissa said, I didn't see anything new that wasn't talked about. We knew that this girl said, I stepped on glass. She did a whole Instagram live about it. I was scared that the police was going to do something to me. I know that already. Now look, I agree with Academics when he said, too many people changed their statements. That's true. There's also some stuff about this case where it's like, okay, even in that moment where she was talking to the police, talking about her image, one could say, okay, you just got shot and that's your first concern is, how you're going to look. And in that moment, did she look distraught? Did she look like she was panicking? She looked perfectly fine. Now, they did say she got hit with bullet fragments. Like, it's questions about this. You have a lot of people who split with that phone call that Tory Lanez made, right? Was he admitting to shooting somebody or was he apologizing for smashing both girls? But I still agree with Joe. And I don't look, if you on Tory Lanez's side, that's cool. But nobody in here can say with their right mind that man shouldn't have went on that stand and spoke up for himself. I don't even like in the hood, is snitching the thing when it's two girls who get into a fight and now you about to go to jail? Is snitching, are the snitching rules in place there? And remember, he not even from like the American hood. He from Canada. Now I know Canada is hard, it's gangsters and stuff like that, but in my opinion, you're going to go to jail for some female business. If that's the story that they got into an argument over you and this girl popped her. So you going to jail for that. And I wonder if what Ish said was true. He's like, yo, did Tory get caught up in the snitch stuff and thought all he had to do was create reasonable doubt and that was going to get him out of jail? That's dumb. He should have took that stand. Now other people will tell you his lawyers told him not to. You got to listen to your legal counsel. Well, I agree with Joe and the rest of the pod when they say if that was the case, his lawyers failed him. And that's not our fault. So when I'm making that video the other day and people are like, oh my God, you're not supporting Tory. No. It's not that nobody's supporting him. I just haven't seen anything where I could get on my platform and tell y'all it's a good chance he coming home. I know a lot of y'all saying that, and that's cool. It's nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad at supporting this man. I really think he should get some help after he was stabbed. I don't think that's the facility he should be at, if anything. But everything else, y'all, I'm like, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I don't know why my little thing right here is all messed up, this audio thing. I don't know how that got like that. But and it's funny because this all over the place. I feel like when I'm talking to y'all, I'm all over the place because there's so much I could say about this case because I'm really damn near expert because I remember everything from day one all the way to the sentencing. Remember when they got done with trial, we had to wait a while before they even got to the sentencing. And then I remember when Charlamagne and all these other people was, misconstrued in Tory's words and saying he was apologizing during the sentencing for shooting her. And I said, that's not what he was doing. But at that time, it felt like Tory was still protecting the girl. Go back to the sentencing and that last little statement that he gave where he apologized. He wasn't apologizing for popping her. He was apologizing for other stuff that happened, I guess before the shooting or after the shooting, because she got upset with the social media stuff. Then, look, this is the last thing I'll say. I gotta calm down. Remember, and I feel like this is, if you ask me, what's the most damning evidence that looks bad on Megan? It's not her lying at Gayle King. It's just the fact that every day we hear about Megan's trauma. She was on TikTok. My trauma. And I get it and I understand that. And, if everything went down the way she said it went down, I feel for her and I support that black woman. But you always got to remember, when we look at that tape of her, talking about my image, that means at that point, she was willing to hold it down. So that means at some point she felt like whatever happened that night wasn't serious enough to send that man to jail. And I feel like that's something that I think Tory's lawyers should have went deeper on, even during the trial. Why didn't you feel like whatever happened at that moment, why did you feel like you wanted to hold him down? And this wasn't just in front of the police. Remember, they got home. It was a couple days. She didn't say anything about it. So I just want to know, what happened that night that made you feel like you was willing to hold it down? I also saw some people today talking about, Tory's history of violence. Does he have a criminal past? Yes. But from what I looked at, he didn't have no history of violence towards women, nor did he ever have an issue with Megan. Before that night, if you ask me, him and this girl was in love. And I think that's why he was talking in a certain type of way during the sentencing. I think they still got love for each other. Didn't she tell Gayle King, both our parents died and, blah, 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 blah. They had some kind of emotional attachment. And that's another thing I think is involved with this case too. I tell y'all this all the time. And I know I said that was the last thing I'm going to say. I'm saying something else. Number one, they shouldn't have been at Kylie Jenner's house getting drunk and wasted, because that's how this happened. Number two, a lot of people attach their regular situations to this. This is rich, famous people who got into an altercation over high school drama. I'm not saying what happened to Megan was high school stuff. I'm saying if you go to a high school and somebody bring up a pistol or something, why? Because I'm mad about high school stuff. He smashing both of y'all and y'all upset and he flirting with Kylie Jenner. That's high school stuff that turned into something that this man is sitting in jail for. So I think too many people try to attach themselves to this case when that's not your situation. And number three, most importantly, you have to remember that, and look, I don't know if at some point somebody talked to Megan and told her, you need to go through this, go through with this, need to go to the police. Maybe her trauma just came up. Some psychologists could probably tell me, hey, after a while, people have to let their feelings digest. The situation was fresh. Maybe she went home and then, she felt like she was violated and she wanted to tell on Tory. But the story that we always got and that Megan said out of her mouth, I was mad at Tory for painting a certain type of picture and people looking at me crazy, so I decided to go to the police. To me, that means it's almost like you wanted to punish him for some internet stuff too. And that's why I go back to what I said earlier about when she was holding it down. She went home. This is stuff that came out of Megan's mouth. I'm not making this stuff up. You went home, you was holding it down, you saw him do some stuff on the internet you didn't like, so then you decided to go to the police. It's some petty. That's why I go back to the high school stuff. It's a lot of pettiness around that whole situation. But at the end of the day, that man did not take the stand. He didn't fight for himself. And unfortunately, now he's expecting the public to do the fighting that he should have did. He got kids. He got a career. And I hate to say that, but it's true. So when, I just was kind of responding to some of them comments I got in that video the other day, because people are like, oh my God, I'm not leaving them out to dry. It's just, I've been here along the way, the whole ride. So, shout out to the pod. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.